Hey San Marino, my name is Johnny Camara, and welcome back to the Titan News. I hope everyone has had a great week amid all the senior meetings and getting back into the school year. As usual, let's go through the announcements. College visits, like usual, are continuing throughout the week. Check Naviance for the dates and if you are interested in attending them. Next Friday will be the Sweets and Song concert, so make sure to take a look at that. And next Saturday will be the SMHS parent party, so make sure your parents are ready and willing to go to that as well. Now, main announcements for today. With that, let's go into the interviews. First up, Ryan is reporting with a counselor for the senior meetings. Off to him.
Hi, my name is Ryan Ke, your reporter for today, and today we are with Ms. Garibay about our seniors meetings. So, Ms. Garibay, how have senior meetings been so far?
Senior meetings have been going really smoothly. There are a handful of y'all who still need to turn in some things and get scheduled. But I feel like the majority of us, for all four counselors, we have been scheduling our meetings. We do have handfuls of kids that we still need to meet with. So they're ongoing. They're back to back. I know mine have gone over time, which is perfectly fine. I'd rather do that and make sure that we are using the bulk of our time to have some meaningful conversations, look over logistic stuff with the college application process. And then if college applications or college in general isn't in the immediate post-secondary plan, we do talk about other options, jobs, military academies, different things. So the senior meetings are going pretty well, I think. I'd say so for myself.
And speaking of students needing to turn some of their things in, so what do our incoming seniors need to turn in before having their scheduled meeting?
Yeah, so there's a number of things that our seniors need to turn in. This is communicated during the spring of junior year, so juniors, pay attention when we come talk to you in the springtime. You're going to have a few items, so seniors need to complete a brag sheet. So we ask this for, all seniors because majority of you guys, we do end up having to write a letter of rec for. So we do ask for that up front that is completed in Naviance. We ask for a college organizational tool. So that helps students kind of organize deadlines, do a big bulk of their research regarding universities that they're applying for, look at acceptance rates, see how their GPA stacks up against the middle 50% of students admitted from that last year, a bunch of different things, cost, housing, all sorts of things, activities. We do want students to be able to do a lot of that research up front so they're coming into their senior year confident about their choices. So that's the organizational tool. We also ask students to submit a copy of either PIQs, which are the personal insight questions for the UC system, or a response to the Common App essay, which a lot of private schools use as well as out-of-state schools. Many of our students end up having to do both. So the more that you can provide by the fall time of your senior year, the best. Just the more stuff that we are able to discuss with you, to work with, to consider when also doing your letters of rec, because the more that we can have, the better. Did I say this? You also need the brag sheet. So that's also in Naviance. It is a series of questions to get to know you more. And I'll be frank, I wish I knew more about my students before the senior year meeting. I'm always encouraging my caseload, or if you're listening to me now, come talk to us. I want to know that you do these awesome, crazy things, super unique things in the community, things that you're passionate about. Because when we get to read it in the brag sheet and we get to follow up and ask you all follow-up questions about why you do this and where and how long, it does give us an opportunity to get to know you better, and then in turn write you the best letter of rec that we can. So organizational tool, essay prompt, brag sheet, and
I think that's about
I think that's about it. And then all of that is put in a Google form.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot of things that students need to submit to get their meeting scheduled. And once their meeting gets scheduled, is there anything else that you would like them to bring once you start discussing with them?
It is helpful to bring your laptop. For me, and every counselor is going to be a bit different. I do generate like a copy of your transcript for you while we meet, and then I handwrite a to-do list for kids. I'm like, hey, this is the things that I'm missing. This is what I'm seeing as an error in the computer. So it is helpful for students to bring their computers, so then maybe we can take care of some of those items like while we're meeting together. Gives you less stuff to worry about later. Also bring your questions. So the research process is a lot. Different systems of colleges, different schools might have different policies about applying undeclared. Can I apply with 2 choices of majors? Can I do this or that? Or what does meeting demonstrated need mean when it comes to financial aid? Like, this whole process can be pretty jarring and a bit overwhelming. So come with your questions. We're there to help answer as much as we can. We have open labs for seniors, a lot of them in the fall time, because so many of them do apply to schools before the 11/1 deadline.
Yeah.
So come to open labs. Those are at lunch in the College Career Center, so that we can help guide you the best that we can.
Yeah, understandably, as a senior myself, there's definitely a lot of things you gotta manage and a lot of things you gotta make sure you get done. So is there any sort of like overarching tips for our incoming seniors or just our high schoolers in general?
Read your emails. I think senior year especially, you need to be in the habit of looking at the communication. If I see an error, and same with other counselors, I think if we see an error on your Naviance, we're maybe getting an email from a college saying you're missing something, I'm going to have to find you. And sometimes between meetings, between our kind of crazy days, sometimes it's hard to find you in the classroom. So I might send an email, hey, this is something urgent you need to fix. So your documents go through. So, there isn't a delay in your application. That's key.
Mm-hmm.
Check your emails, be on top of it too, because you also might be getting communication from the universities themselves that I'm not going to see. So you've got to really be on top of it as a student going into this adult life and managing your communications that way. Also start in the summer, at least the research, brainstorming, writing process. I think the best sort of essays I've seen thus far this year, and just historically in other years, are from the students who started early. So I can tell when something is a first draft, and I can kind of tell when something's been more polished, 4th, 5th draft. And yes, rewriting something 5 times for something this big is a normal thing. The college application process is not for the weak. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of commitment and time. So, you have to think about that too when you're looking at your college list and okay, with all my things going on outside of school, my commitments, my classes, is applying to 20 schools that need 20 different supplementals going to be a healthy choice for me? So that's just another layer of something to consider. So to really, really research your commitments, and we always, I think as a counseling team, want to make sure you are making balanced choices when it comes to classes, but also this process too.
Oh, yeah. So it sounds like, there's a lot of hard work that needs to be done for our incoming seniors. But I guess an overarching tip from all this is just get the hard work done early so it doesn't become harder work later. So, yeah.
To seniors who have graduated before, when they give advice to the younger class, it's yes, please listen and start early.
Yeah. So. All right. You heard it from our counselor, ladies and gentlemen. And back to you, Gianni.
Thanks, Ryan. Finally, Justin is back with his Just-in-Time Sports segment.
Hey, Just-in-Time Sports Justin, the segment where I, Justin Lopez, go through school scores and highlights. First off, Montbell gets blown out by Titans football, 44-7. They play Franklin next. Flag football wins against Monrovia, 31-13. Tennis defeats Lackawanna, 17-1. And volleyball wins against Blair, 3-0. Back to you, Gianni.
Thanks, Justin. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Titan News. For more announcements, news, and interviews, make sure to check back in next Friday. And as always, stay classy, San Marino.